Welcome to your Aligned as Fuck Life podcast, hosted by your girl, Shalvika. I am a life transformation coach, a wife, a cat mom, pure generator, Enneagram 3, Pisces sign, and helping you build an aligned as fuck life is my jam. Out in this world, we believe that there are no set rules for building a life, career, and business. That we are all unique and we should be able to embrace our uniqueness in everything we do while shedding all the rules or bullshit rules one at a time. We will talk all things mindset, manifestation, healing, energetics, rituals, success, and so much more. I believe that I can have it all and you can too. Ready for an episode that will take you one step closer to your aligned as fuck life? Let's get started. Hi and welcome to another episode of your aligned as fuck life with Shalvika. So this is the 8th and the final episode in the series 8 episodes in 8 days that I have been following. It's a challenge actually that I took up for myself because I'm running a creativity challenge starting tomorrow, which is 1st of August 2023. I decided to take up a challenge on myself to release 8 podcast episodes in 8 days. This was decided on a whim. It was not planned out. And I'm so excited that I did that. So I decided, why not record an episode where I talk about the things that I learned while doing this challenge. So the episode that I'm recording right now, I'm calling it 8 Things I Learned from Releasing 8 Episodes in 8 Days. This has honestly been something that has put me out of my comfort zone. It's been exciting, but it's also been uncomfortable because for the longest time, I have been wanting to release more and more podcast episodes. I've been wanting to record more and more. I've been wanting to put that out there. And for some reason, I feel like I just haven't, or rather, I just hadn't found my groove. Found? Is that the right word? Anyway, I felt like I didn't have the groove, right? I didn't have the routine set up around my podcast. And I feel this challenge has really done that. But so let me just dive in. Let me dive in into the 8 things I learned from releasing 8 episodes in 8 days. The first thing, there are hard things in life, but you can fucking do it. Honestly, I feel like doing this challenge, like I said, it's something that has pushed me out of my comfort zone. And anything that pushes you out of your comfort zone is definitely hard, right? Because your brain wants to brain and resist and wants to tell you all kinds of stories about how it's not possible. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of hard things in life, but you can fucking do it. All it takes is a decision, right? And that's what I did. I decided and I stuck to it. The second lesson is there is literally no dearth of ideas. You are an unlimited fucking fountain of ideas if you let yourself be. And I added that disclaimer is because I feel that, yes, you are someone who can create a lot of good shit in life, but a lot of us don't just let ourselves do that, right? Like we have so many rules around what needs to happen and how it needs to happen, right? That's why it's important to just let yourself be. Let yourself be that unlimited fountain of fucking ideas because, you are that. You just need permission from yourself and remove all of these rules that you are imposing on your own self so that you can do things only a certain way, right? Like, for example, I did not have any rules around what kind of episodes I'm going to release, how long they're going to be, are they going to be guest episodes? I was just like 8 episodes in 8 days. That's it. In fact, I think one of the episodes that I released was something that I recorded probably last year, but it was so fucking powerful that I was like, okay, this has got to be an episode in itself, right? So just let yourself be. The third thing I learned is that you have the ability to stick to your promises. This is something that I feel a lot of us who have neurodivergence and who have grown up, being labeled as someone who procrastinate, or someone who doesn't complete projects. Actually, that's more appropriate here. Someone who doesn't complete projects, like you start something and then you don't complete it. This is something that I was told over and over and over again growing up, and it's something that honestly I came to believe about myself, right? That I'm not someone who completes projects, right? And this showed me that doing this showed me that I have the ability to stick to my promises because I decided, because I let myself be, right? So, yeah, that was my third lesson. Okay, lesson number 4. What you feel is uncharacteristic for you is just a perception you have held this far. And this is kind of encompassing this entire experience, because I have always felt that, yeah, people do some crazy stuff in life. Like, I know 8 episodes in 8 days is not that crazy, but people do crazy shit, but I am not one of those people, right? People take up these crazy challenges. I am not one of these people. In fact, as I'm recording this, it's 31st of July, and I have literally spent 31 days. It's close to midnight actually on 31st of July. It's 11:17 p.m. to be precise. So I have literally spent 31 days without watching any form of entertainment. Right? And that feels like it's so uncharacteristic for me. Right? So, yeah, you can surprise yourself. Everything that you look at right now and feel like this is uncharacteristic for me, that is just an opinion. That is just a thought. You can always be that person. You can always make that your characteristic. That's possible for you. And that's I feel this is the juiciest and the biggest lesson that I have learned from this challenge. The next lesson that I have learned, I think this is lesson number 5, is consistency gives kind of a high. Like, I don't know if you guys notice, but when you're consistent, it kind of shows. And when it shows, it kind of gives you this kind of a high, right? Like, I am doing something day after day, every single day. I don't know if it's just me, like, am I that weirdo? But it's kind of this high, like, oh my god, I created something every single day that I put out into the world, put out into the ether for like so many random strangers to just listen to. That's insane, right? So yeah, being this consistent has given me a taste of that high of just doing the same thing over and over and over again. The 6th thing is my numbers have grown. And I know it's not really a lesson, but hear me out, okay? Like, for the past few months, I feel I have been in a kind of a funk. I like to think of it as I have been spending time in the resting room where I'm just resting and integrating. And now I'm kind of starting to come out of that cocoon, and like I'm ready to tackle the rest of the year. But because of that, because I was in that funk, my numbers all across have been, well, they haven't been bad, but they've been stable, right? There's not been excitement happening there. And suddenly there's excitement happening there. Like, my weekly downloads for my podcast has literally grown almost 3 times. Week on week, like from last week to this week, it's almost 3 times, right? So that's crazy. That's kind of a high in itself, right? Which comes from again, consistency. Lesson number 7. As someone who is a sacral generator, I need to follow my sacral more and more. So if you know of human design, I am a sacral generator, And honestly, if you don't know about human design has been the most liberating tool that I have come across. For me, it is something that has validated so many parts of me around which I carried a lot of guilt and shame. Like, I feel that every single person needs to get their human design reading done because it's such a powerful tool. And if you want to get your human design reading done, reach out to me. I will add a link to the show notes and we can chat further. But coming back, I am a sacral generator, which means my sacral response, basically my gut response, is something that I need to be trusting entirely in my life, right? And this challenge that I took up was on a whim. I just decided while I was, I think, going live on Instagram, or I was recording a podcast episode. I don't remember, but I just on a whim went ahead with it, and I'm so fucking glad I did that. So yeah, I need to follow like more and more of what my gut is saying, because it has brought me so many exciting things, right? And the last lesson that I learned was that I do not turn back on hard work. It's 11:22 p.m. on 31st of July. It's a Monday. My day started super early. I had a really tough leg day at the gym. I had a lot of meetings in the day. But here I am recording this because I made myself and you all this promise that I'm going to release 8 episodes in 8 days. And this also ties back to that perception of what you have about yourself, something that is uncharacteristic because, of that history of not completing a lot of projects and leaving things halfway and finding newer and newer things more exciting. I've always felt like I'm not someone who works hard enough, and I'm glad to prove myself that when need be, I do work hard enough, right? All right, so those are my 8 lessons that I have learned from releasing 8 episodes in 8 days. The first one is there are hard things in life, but you can fucking do it. The second is there is literally no dearth of ideas. You are an unlimited fountain of ideas if you let yourself be. The third is you have the ability to stick to your promises. The fourth is what you feel uncharacteristic for you is just a perception you have held this far. Fifth, consistency gives kind of a high. Sixth, my numbers have grown. Seventh, as a sacral generator, I need to follow my sacral more and more when I make decisions. And the last lesson is that I do not turn back on hard work. So yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. I have enjoyed the fuck out of myself. And I'm so excited that the 31-day creativity challenge starts tomorrow. Oh my God, like I literally got a download in my dream this morning. But anyway, I cannot wait to walk you through that experience. And I cannot wait to talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode. If you absolutely loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on iTunes so that I can keep the good stuff coming. And if you aren't already following me on social media, come soak up some extra inspiration and send me a hello on Instagram by searching at Shalvika P. Also tagged in the show notes. I love and adore you so much, and I will talk to you super soon. In the meantime, continue building your most authentic and aligned as fuck life. Ciao!